Welcome into a night 2 of playoff edition of Football Frenzy, brought to you by McCloskey Kessler. Round 1 of the playoffs is officially in the books. Between the past 2 nights, we've had plenty of state line teams looking to punch their tickets to next week in round 2. So let's find out who's moving on from today's matchups. We'll start at 1A with last year's runner-up, Lena Winslow, hosting Clifton in round 1. And the Panthers offense firing on all cylinders. Their leading rusher, Alex Schlichting, on the outside has the blockers, and he's got the touchdown to extend an early Panthers lead here. And they are not even done yet. Look at Schlichting using the wheels there. And here we go, seniors' turn. Jimmy Goebel straight up the middle. And you know head coach Rick Aaron is loving the start of the postseason for his Panthers. The start of the second, Lena threatening again, and the Panthers turn to Kobe Kernis for another 6. That's 48 points scored in just over 1 quarter, and Lena looks poised for another postseason run. They're moving on to round 2. They'll play the winner of this game, Stockton, hitting the road to play Princeville. And obviously a very long game here away in 1A football. And here we see the Blackhawks punching it in as Aiden Hollinger gets in for one of the first touchdowns of the game. And Stockton is all business again in this game as well. Here's another Stockton touchdown shortly after, going to Eli Larson on this little pass play. And it seems like the Blackhawks are all in control throughout this game as they go on to just completely run up the score throughout this one. They are all business as usual. They go to Larson again here to the outside, and he ends up being just short of the end zone. But Stockton goes on to win 60-30 in a big game. Now we jump over to Lutheran versus Anawan, opening drive of the game. Gavin Sanders, the senior running back, on the counter, gets the ball to the far side. He takes it 52 total yards as he's outrunning all the Anawan defenders for a quick 7-0 lead. Now we're jumping to the next Lutheran drive. How about Lutheran gives the ball to Sanders again as he dances out of some tackles and gets a big gain on first down. Just look at the shiftiness there, man, running out of bounds. Lutheran finishes off the drive as their fans are super pumped up with some power running from Sanders. 4 yards, making the score 14-7. And Lutheran would go on to win this game big time on the road, 42-21. Now Eastland, Pearl City heading over to Rock Ridge. And these Rock Ridge fans were pumped up for this one as their players were running out. And it's a great start for Rock Ridge at home as well in this game. Jacob Fryermuth finds a hole here and takes it down the sideline. And this goes for a total of 55 yards straight to the house. Nothing but green grass ahead of him. But, actually, never mind, not to the house, but it would lead to this. It's Colin Schwigen with a laser after the cheerleaders start doing their cheers. Laser to the end zone. Landon Wheatley has it for the first score of the game to help Rock Ridge to victory, 22-8. Now checking in on the NUIC's new all-time touchdown leader, Cooper Hoffman, and the Rivermen facing off against Genoa Kingston. And this is what makes Cooper Hoffman so dangerous on the keeper, pushing the ball deep into Genoa Kingston territory and inside the 5-yard line. Hoffman again, this time right into the pile. He crosses the plane and adds to a big Rivermen lead. The River Bulldog looking for more now. This time on defense, Nate Kleba scrambling around trying to make something happen, but Jackson Diedrich knocks it free and recovers a fumble here off of Kleba. And on the ensuing drive, Dupek, who else but Diedrich, hauling in the touchdown, number 7, taking over in the second quarter, and the Rivermen are rowing into the second round, beating GK 66-0. Holy cow. Now going to a highlight of tonight, Freeport and Woodstock North. The Freeport seniors Jalen Campbell and Peyton Woker locked in against Woodstock North in this one, but it's Parker Hallahan for Woodstock North on their first drive of the game, punching it in for 6, and it puts the Thunder up 7-0. Next possession, they give it to their workhorse, David Raindecker, who's just running all over this Freeport defense. Very next play, they go back to Raindecker, and just like that, big-time touchdown, 14-0. About a minute left till halftime. Freeport desperately needing something, and how about Peyton Woker airing it out to his receiver, Jalen Campbell here, toe tapping on the sideline, staying in with the block, and he dives in for the end zone, but the rest will down him at the 1. Freeport still gets 6 out of it, making it 14-6 at the half. Now jumping to the fourth quarter, Pretzels down 21-12, but how about Cameron Berner putting on the burners to make it a 21-18 ball game. But the Pretzels' amazing season ends as they lose this one 34-24. Howdy, howdy. Round one of the high school football playoffs began last night, and the thrilling round one games are far from over. We have a plethora of games that we will get to tonight, but we're starting things off in some 8-man missile country with Milledgeville hosting South Beloit. After a slow start for both teams, we pick things up towards the end of the first quarter as Micah Tom Smith avoids the South Beloit defenders, and he is off to the races for the 65-yard tutty to put the Missiles on top 7-0. South Beloit has a quick 3-and-out, giving the ball right back to Milledgeville. Here's Kyson Francis finding a wide-open Spencer Nye as he is gazelling himself towards the end zone with one man to beat. And whoop, right here he goes, breaks his ankles for another Missiles touchdown. Now check this one out just before the half. Francis pitches it to Tom Smith, and the running back launches this missile to a wide-open Connor Johnson to extend Milledgeville's lead even more. And the Sobos are unable to get on the board as the Missiles lay mass destruction on South Beloit, winning 52-0. Headed out to Sycamore, the one-seeded Spartans host Chicago Bulls Prep. Taking a look at a highly touted Iowa recruit quarterback, Burt Goucher. Spartans go to him early and live arm physical ability on display. His man can't reel it in there. So after a punt, Caden O'Donnell reaches up and plucks this interception out of the air. They get it right back for the Spartans. First down now, Goucher handing it off to Dylan Hodges here. Great vision from him to find some space on the outside, diving for the end zone and into our cameraman for the touchdown. Called down at the 1, though, rather, but not everyone liked the call. So they go to Big Goucher now to finish this one off with a little tush push. Sycamore unchallenged in this one. They win 50-8. We'll keep a close eye on them as they make a run, potentially to the 5A state title. Out in Chicago now, the Boylan Titans playing South Shore in the first round of 5A. And check this out on 3rd and 14. Dom Cacciatore finds Anthony Lorenzo in the back of the end zone, floating that one over the top to give the Titans a 10-0 lead. Later in the first half, Titans threatening again, and Donzel Ingram Love is off to the races to give Boylan a 19-0 lead after that big run. And Boylan with a dominant win in round one, beating South Shore 26-0, moving on to play Coal City next week. Yeah, some wild action in the first round, but that's going to do it for sports. Back to you.